Hey everybody, and welcome to Robin's house. Today I'm going over a quick, I hope, technique of random stamping. So of course for random stamping, you're gonna need your foamy and then a scratch paper. Because when you're random stamping, you really should have things that go off the edges. And it will look better like it's continuing beyond where you're going. So there's a main thing with random stamping is well, actually, you could do it on any size. You could do it on cards. You could do it on scrapbook pages. It's just a way to create your own background paper if what you're looking for you are unable to find. So I'm using the pumpkin spice fall leaves and images for this. So for random stamping, I've got my Harbor. You want to stamp in triangles. So, and then also change your direction a little bit. So I'm going to use paprika now. And I have a disclaimer. I am not good at random stamping. I do not like random. I have a very hard time making things appear random. So I'm telling you the technique that I have heard. Oops, and then I just put it, well, that's what my chamois for. I will follow the technique and then whatever happens, happens. So here are my triangles, and then I'll have one more with shortbread. Papaya with my acorn. Of course, I probably shouldn't have two stick-like things right next to each other, but it is what it is. And then I'll do, you can see some of my items are going off the page. This is a rather large triangle. But it did indeed create a random stamped thing. So like I said, I'm not very good at random stamping. So what I prefer to do is create a block of random stamps that I can just use over and over again. So you want to put your things so they sort of form a square, and you may need to adjust a little bit as you go. I'm not being kind to my stamps. I've torn some of them already. Shame on me. So don't take them for granted. Let's see, I'll go like, so now I have 3 sticks that are all going in the same direction. It's probably not what I'm aiming for. Here we go. Okay, so this is my probably poorly done random stamp on a block. And then once you have your random stamp on a block, I'm gonna put my other colors away so that I don't accidentally use them. Okay, so there are 3 ways. So one way to stamp is to just start your block a little bit off the edges, off onto your scratch paper, and just go right immediately over and stamp again. This is certainly the easiest way to do it because you don't have to think, you don't have to change your block, you don't have to do anything. You just create a repeating pattern over and over again. And I guess there's nothing really wrong with that. It looks quite nice, doesn't it? But you could also be a little more intentional. So you could, start off the page, and turn your block a little bit and go off center, and then turn your block a little bit more. But you do have to be careful that you don't end up like this. I could have turned my block again, and now I have 3 berries right in a row. And so this way is really, really easy. Just go down the line and you just try to keep it from looking too squarish. So if your images all end on exactly the same thing, then that's less great. But you could also another way to do it is with second generation. So second generation is nice because it makes your projects a little more muted. So you just do on a scratch paper. And then go again. And so this time I am, instead of doing exactly line by line, I'm shifting it like bricks. So that even though it's line by line, the second line isn't exactly the same line. So this one is second generation, this one is first generation. They're still line by line, but this one has shifted a little bit. So this tree, for example, isn't directly below that tree, it's off to the center. So anyway. So those are some fast and easy random stamping techniques to help you create your own background and texture paper. So I hope you give it a shot. Happy crafting. Thanks for watching.